Domestic violence cases in Denver are climbing.
Every year our numbers go up. We're seeing more clients in our shelter and our non-residential programming across the board.
Natasha Adler with Safe House Denver says with federal funding cuts coming from the Trump administration, it's not easy to serve every survivor in need.
There's definitely an influx. I know that we're feeling it, and the more that funding goes away and the more that survivors are needing support, we're feeling that pressure.
And not every victim of domestic violence will make it out. While violent crime in Denver is dropping, domestic violence homicide numbers are on the rise.
This is an outlier. Domestic violence cases are continuing to go up. And so when we see that kind of contrast, of course, we pay attention to it.
Denver District Attorney John Walsh says why cases are rising isn't clear, but they're taking this trend seriously.
In 24, there was an increase of like 12.5% in our total filings in domestic violence, and that caught everybody's attention.
The DA's office is taking what was its family violence unit and splitting it, creating the Child Victim Unit and a Domestic Violence Unit. The DV unit will have a specialized team of prosecutors, investigators, and victims advocates trained to tackle these cases while building trust with victims and partners like Safe House Denver to move cases forward.
And there's a lot of weight to being able to say, hey, I know that person, you can trust that person.
Walsh hopes they can slow this trend of domestic violence in Denver, starting with holding people accountable.
It is a heartbreaking problem, and it's a complicated problem, which is why having people who are familiar with the dynamics that can arise in domestic violence cases is so important to actually effectively helping victims and survivors and also preventing crime.
The Denver DA says even with a specialized unit dedicated to these cases, it's still an uphill battle tackling domestic violence. They have 8 prosecutors in this new unit, each with more than 50 cases each, which they acknowledge is a big caseload to carry. Rachel Krause, 9 News.